right, man. So Love Island, I was not aware that this show existed until this year, so I started watching it with my girl. Son, we like to watch. It's not a bad show, and I think you know, a lot of dudes, I think they sleep on chick flicks or in chick type shit. I'm gonna say this first. I'm gonna get into it because you learn a lot of things about what women want and how they operate. So one thing about watching these movies, I think Goldie the God kind of talked about it. You kind of find a way how women think and how they operate. You can learn a lot. So apparently, Cierra, she's a very beautiful woman. I think she was from LA. She got thrown off the show. I'm way behind, by the way, so I didn't even get to that point. So she was forced to leave the villa because, and I put it on the screen. She basically said that she made some remarks. Somebody screenshotted her remarks and saved them from a while ago, I'm guessing, where she basically said that, Botox isn't from everybody. And, I get Botox, blah, blah, blah. And some Botox, it make her or people look chinky. Like chinky with the Asian chinky eyes. Now, me personally, I didn't see that as a slur, but let's rewind. It was another lady that was in the beginning, like the first two episodes, she got kicked off. She was a Cuban lady. Her name was like Yulissa. So she was on the podcast dropping M-bombs. She was Cuban. Now, some people identify Cuban and Dominicans as part of the African diaspora, which historically some parts are, and some parts have been dominated by, the European countries. So they kicked her off because they found her on the podcast dropping the M-bomb, right? Which, let me say this first and foremost, to me is, sound like a lot of black people in this generation is comfortable with people saying the N-word, right? A lot of people are comfortable with people saying, well, non-black people saying it. You had Deion Sanders, which I put it in the shorts a while ago. When Riley Cooper got saying the N-word, he said, why shouldn't everybody say it? That's a black man saying that. Who was Deion? Late 40s, at the mid 50s, probably. So that's my whole thing about it, but let's carry on. So I kind of thought that was a little bit, fringe because, to me, that was crazy because y'all just so comfortable with everybody saying it. Me personally, why can't black people have things? We couldn't just have rap. It was like, oh, the Jamaicans and the Puerto Ricans did rap. So okay, nigga, why y'all didn't make it in Jamaica then? We couldn't have anything. Can't have the N-word. Everybody want to be a part of what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? We don't really try to be a part of what y'all got going on. They talked about the Essence Festival, that black people no longer own the Essence Festival. And I tell y'all, you create it, they take it. That's just what it is. It was somebody in the comment section talking about, yeah, blacks ain't trying to be part of Mexican culture. We can prove that wrong time and time again. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all be trying to be a part of our culture, but it's but y'all really hate it. That's my thing. Y'all really be hating. Y'all really have a disdain for it. And that's just my opinion. Y'all have a disdain for it. But to carry on, for somebody waiting their whole life to screenshot that you said something online to destroy your opportunity, I feel like that's disgusting. Now, somebody also said in the comment section of one of the threads, I think it's the neighborhood talk, that they seen TikTok or Huda saying the N-word over and over again. Now, depending on who you ask, a lot of those, people that come from the Middle East, a lot of them have African ties. A lot of people didn't know French Montana's from Morocco. They kind of say, oh, he's looking Middle Eastern. He's from Morocco. Morocco's in Africa. If you look at the continent, Africa is right there by the Middle East. Start talking about Gaddafi and all that type of stuff. It's right there. It's right there. But that's a conversation for a different day. Just talking about that part. I think Morocco, I forget where that is in the continent. But, I just feel that, and most people feel this way when I say this, like that was petty. Like to say you got chinky eyes, that was very petty. And maybe the Asians feel like it's a slur. They think, calling us N-word with ER, or we just being sensitive. But they always tell us black folks that. They always say that, oh, y'all just being sensitive and y'all need to get over it and y'all need to get over the Jim Crow. We're in a new era, and that's cool and all, right? Give us an even playing field to play on. Stop tilting the playing field, in my opinion. Let us compete on an even playing field. That's all I ask. Help us compete on the even playing field. And we see it's not. Look what they bought Essence and look what they did. People complaining. If we create it and we don't give it to them, they take it and then they modern day lynch us in front of our own people. They put these stories out about how we did this and did that. And our people, knowing how black people is jealous of being the hierarchy. No matter how much good you did, they do that part. So if you don't sell it, they take it. But I mean, maybe Asian people do feel really bad about having chinky eyes or whatever. And maybe that is a slur. I don't know. I don't hang around a lot of Asian people. I don't know. I've seen too many Asian activist groups complain about it, but it just seemed like they wanted to go. I've been very beautiful girl. Kind of had that alt personality, not kind of more that like Doja Cat kind of energy and personality and stuff of that nature. Very beautiful woman. I thought this was petty to put her off the show. Maybe they was looking to kick her off the show, but now at the end of the day, it's just to the point where they're gonna use anything against you when you make it. They're gonna use everybody is sensitive, everybody is jealous, everybody see you make it, and then they're gonna try to pull you back down. I mean, nobody is more armed than people that you call friends, virtually or physically. More armed to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And it's to the point where a lot of people gotta keep things inside because you can't trust to say how you really feel because people will weaponize against you later on in life. So I felt it was petty. I just felt like they wanted a reason for her to be gone. She was very beautiful. She was cool on the show. Like I said, if that's the point, throw Huda off. You know what I'm saying? If Huda was on TikTok saying the N word over and over again, throw her off. But that's the third woman they got rid of. And you might be saying, or the second woman they got rid of. You might be targeting, women, but women produce the most on social media. You got to understand too, they produce the most on social media and they get away with the most in reality and on social media. Think about it. It's a woman on TikTok that amassed millions and millions, I think almost 10 million followers. And all she spews is misandry about men. And she married, by the way. That's crazy. One woman responded to her videos, talking about it was misandry. They banned her. You can do all this content about delete black babies or I hate men, and they keep it up. You make one video that's kind of misogynistic, and they throw you out of here. So you got to understand the leniency that women get on social media. This is new. How many times you seen them stop a woman from pursuing her dreams or pursuing her goals or getting an opportunity because something she said on social media? Maybe you go back to the Tiffany Haddish skit she did with Aries Spears, but at the end of the day, Aries Spears and men, was in the skit too. It wasn't just the Tiffany Haddish thing in that skit. You look at Kevin Hart, they still won't let him host certain things because what he said, the joking tweet he made about the Rainbow Gang. You know what I'm saying? You can go, all the time they hold men accountable. And now you starting to see in this show that they want to start holding women accountable, and some of these things are a reach. It's new. It's new. So let me know what y'all think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. Check out the music entertainment playlist. I appreciate the love and support. Join the Patreon. Everything inside the link tree. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Peace.